What's up, everybody? This is Brian Mazik, aka Franchise Play. This is another episode of Franchise Fiction. This is the draft class that I'm building for my Bulls MyGM series. 59 games. Last episode, we met Hussein Hawkins, we met Xavier Wolf, and we met Fitzpatrick Mack. Let me introduce you to Johnny Strongfellow. That's right, I said Johnny Strongfellow. He's part Native American, part Irish. His daddy is Native American. And let's break it down. He's a point guard prospect. We know he's around about 6'4", somewhere in that neighborhood. We don't know exactly how tall. We got to wait till he go to combine because people lie. People lie about a lot of stuff. Height might be one of them. Now, Johnny Strongfellow is he's not the greatest athlete. He's not a horrible athlete. His game is based off, he's really good if his feet are set. If his feet are not set, he don't know where the ball going. You don't know where it's going, whatever. But he's a strong, good leader. And I mentioned strong, and I'm gonna tell you why. Let me tell you something that used to happen. Back where he's from, they didn't even have car jacks. They just said, "Hey, Johnny, come and hold this truck up. Hold up this Buick so we can change this tire." That's how strong Johnny Strongfellow is. So he's aptly named. I guess he was predestined to be ridiculously strong. I don't have any idea how that's going to play out on the basketball court. He has been told he should probably be in another sport, but he is very stubborn. So we don't know. But I do know you don't want him to get his hands on you because he'll break some off you. This is Johnny Strongfellow. He's the next prospect up. Next up, I'm going to tell you before you even start, don't judge him. Do not judge him. This is LeBron Jennings, and sometimes people have problems. And it's clear LeBron has gone through some things, but he made it this far. He is a tweener, small forward, power forward. He's about 6'9", 250 pounds, so he definitely has the size to be a power forward, but he does not have the mentality of a power forward. He's passive. He don't like to go to the basket. He'd rather stay outside and shoot a jump shot. He can shoot it a little bit, but he would be better if he can have a more balanced game and he can find some aggression. Like you type of dude, you clap real loud around him. He get real nervous, and he's too big for that. He's too big for that. But this is the way that he acts. And don't let the tough look fool you. Don't let the looking as though he has done several prison terms fool you. Don't you let that. That's not who LeBron is. You don't judge a book by its cover. This guy's not tough. Now, if he gets the right coaching, he sees me talking about him. You see what he's doing. If he gets the right coaching, it's believed that you might be able to pull out, his full potential. Maybe you can get him to go to the basket. Maybe you can get him to play aggressive. But it's a gamble. So don't expect a lot from him early. He might end up being a D-leaguer early because you just got to work with him. And it may not ever pan out. And you might just have somebody that just don't mean nothing on your team. Yeah, I'm talking about you. So we'll see what happens, but this is LeBron Jennings, the fifth prospect in this draft class. Last but not least, and don't you laugh, don't you get that, don't you even grin. This is Kweli Muda, and if you're wondering, the name in Swahili means really long. So you already know this is the biggest dude in the draft class. Biggest you're gonna find. He stands 7'2", and it's not just about height. Look at his arms. Have you ever seen a human? He has the longest wingspan ever measured in the world. He can tie his shoes up just by squatting a little bit. He ain't even got to go full squat, partial squat. He can tie up his shoes and somebody else is across the street. But he's very thin and very raw. He only been playing basketball for 45 minutes. But in just that little bit of time, his game has grown quite a bit. Still very raw. You don't know exactly what you're going to get, but from a potential standpoint, there's no prospect in this draft with more upside than Kweli Muda, the great Muda, the Black Star, whatever you want to call it. We don't know which nickname's going to stick yet, but we know this is a big dude from the Sudan. Did I say he was from the Sudan? He is. He was playing for the Sudanese volleyball team when they found him, and somebody said, "Hey, wrong sport, Kweli. Wrong sport." So we're going to see what happens with Kweli Muda. He's one of the most interesting or intriguing prospects that's going to be in this draft. I know y'all can't wait for me to share this so you can get your chance to draft quality Muda on your team, but you got to wait. You got to wait. Until the next episode, y'all subscribe, follow, like, dislike, do something. Just don't sit there and look at your TV or your monitor. Do something. Click something. Click like, don't click dislike. That'd be really, really